Hello and welcome to the 2022 Coles AFL Fan Awards. I'm Riley Beveridge and I'm joined as always by Eddie Betts. Eddie, thanks for coming back.
Thanks, Riley. It's good to be back, present these awards.
It's going to be a good night indeed. Firstly, thank you to Coles and the thousands of fans who voted on this award. Don't forget, plenty of prizes up for grabs, including a 2023 AFL Silver membership and $500 worth of Coles gift cards. Eddie, I want to start with Sunday night and the Brownlow medal. Your old mate Patrick Cripps won it, but a bigger prize was on offer, obviously, the goal of the year. It was won by Sam Draper. Did you agree with this?
I did. The Brownlow wasn't unbelievable, but people don't want to win a Brownlow. They go to win goal of the year. And Big Drape, this is unbelievable. I was here live on the boundary calling this, and when he did this, the crowd went absolute nuts. And, you know, the few things that I teach is that you got to be selfish, you have to entertain the crowd, and you have to find yourself in a pocket. And that's what Drapes did, and that's why he won the goal of the year.
Now, Eddie, you're of course a Coles ambassador. Talk us through your work with the program.
Yeah, well, I've been a Coles ambassador now for a year and a bit, and I've really enjoyed working with Coles, and you know they've given me the platform to go out and follow my dreams within the communities and help young Aboriginal kids around Australia. I go on there, do Coles Healthy Kicks clinics throughout Australia, and it's more so teaching kids to stay active and making the right choices out there. So I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully I can continue to work with Coles in the near future.
There's plenty to be won tonight. Before we do that, there's plenty to be won on Saturday. We've got a grand final to talk about now. You're Geelong. You're, of course, a development coach at Geelong now. They'll be playing up against the Swans. How's the preparations going for the Cats?
Yeah, cliche. I'm not going to give you the cliche answer here. We're just taking it one day at a time. But no, it's been exciting. You know, for the year that we've had, it's been unbelievable. And we're up against a tough opponent, Sydney. We played Sydney up in Sydney during the year and they smacked us. So it's going to be a great game. Two teams are in rare form at the moment. You know, we've won 15 in a row. Sydney's won, I think, 11 in a row. So it's going to be an unbelievable grand final. I'm looking forward to everyone getting there and cheering on their team.
Can't wait for Saturday and can't wait to get stuck into the Coles AFL Fan Awards. We'll go through the categories first. And we start off with the most improved player, looking at who's improved the most throughout the 2022 season. Some big names in there. Then, of course, we have the social superstar, a couple of your old mates, including Robbo, involved in that one, Eddie. We've got the moment of the year, some inspirational moments. We'll be counting them down throughout the season. We've got the game of the year. Which game was the best throughout the entirety of the campaign? Some nail biters involved in that one. The match-winning moment. Which players took their moments throughout the season and proved the match winners time and time again. And the big one, the recruit of the year, a couple of your mates there as well, Tyson Stengel, who I know you've had a bit to do with at Geelong. So there's plenty to get through. You excited?
Very excited.
All right, we will start tonight with the most improved player of the Coles AFL Fan Awards. Chad Warner, a player you're going to be playing against this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully he has a quiet one this week, but he's an absolute star. He's kicked a lot of goals this year, playing wing, half forward, mid, using his pace, you know, in that midfield, getting forward and kicking goals. He got locked out of the SCG when Buddy kicked his 1000th goal.
Jack Silvani, another one that used to play with at Carlton. He's been great this year and played forward.
Yeah, he had a great pre-season, injury-free. Played out in the ruck for a small ruckman. He played his part in that, and you know he's the heart and soul of that football club. Brandon
Starcevic, who's been awesome off half-back. You probably played against him. He's a nightmare for small forwards.
And he has the hardest job in AFL, taking the best small forwards in the opposition side, and he's an unbelievable player, and he does his job well.
And Jack Sinclair of St Kilda, All-Australian. He's the mullet man off half-back.
He is, and he won the best and fairest this year. His first best and fairest for St Kilda, and he's had an awesome year. He's their drive and run off that half-back flank. So yeah, he's had a great season.
No Geelong nominees, but if you had to pick one that would be most improved at Geelong this year?
There's a lot. There's a lot of players down there that improved, a lot of role players, you know, Brad Close, Tom Atkins, Max Holmes. Well, hopefully he gets up for the grand final this week, but I would say Tom Atkins. He's a bull. You know, we rested Joel Selwood and Patrick Dangerfield during the year, and Tom Atkins went in that midfield and stood up and played his role. So if it was anyone, it would be Tom Atkins.
All right, our first Coles Fan Awards winner of the year. Do you want to do the honours, Eddie?
I will. So the first Coles AFL Fan Award for most improved player, we'll get a little drum roll, hey? Here we go. It will be Chad Warner.
Going forward again with style, Warner. Another goal in his sights. Down towards Warner from tight in the pocket. Throws it onto the boot towards goal. Great finish, Warner. And in a flash there, gone. Hand pass from Hayward. Warner can run and kick long to the square. Papley wasn't required. What a gun.
Chad Warner has had an unbelievable year. Just 21 years of age still, Eddie. He's got a lot of improvement still left in him. He'd be one you'd be keeping an eye on Saturday, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm working down at Geelong now, Chad, and we are going to tag you. We're taking you out of the game this week. So, he's an unbelievable talent. You know, I think he polled the most or second most for Sydney this year in the Brownlow, 12 votes. So he's an unbelievable talent. He's exciting. You know, he's a Sydney prospect too. I think he was up in the academy up in Sydney. So, yeah, watch out this week, Chad Warner.
All right, we'll get to our next award now, which is the social media superstar. And the nominees are Jack Crisp, always has a lot of fun on Instagram and TikTok, as you can see here. He's got the tortilla challenge. Did you ever do this in lockdown?
No, but I've watched a lot of videos on that. they're so funny, some of them. The big Mason Cox.
He's a nominee as well from Collingwood. He's got his podcast now. He's an Australian citizen now, Mason Cox.
Yeah, that's awesome. Coming in from the States to be an Australian citizen. Well done, Mason Cox. Have you watched one of his podcasts?
I haven't yet. Josh Dunkley, a nominee for the Western Bulldogs. Got the trick shot challenge there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Nice shot. Hopefully he can stay at the Western Bulldogs.
And Mitch Robinson of Brisbane, one of your old mates.
Yeah, crazy Robbo, the Rob vlog. Everyone loves the Rob vlog. You know, pretty sad. You know, he retired.
Yeah.
You know, he's announced his retirement. So hopefully, you know, the next phase in Robbo's life and his career goes well. I'm trying to recruit him up to Darwin to play because I'm playing in Darwin at the end of this year. So good luck to you, Robbo, and hope you come up and play with me.
Now, Sunday night at the Brownlow, I'm not sure if you saw this from Mitch Robinson posting this. Zach Bailey should have been a certainty for 3 votes in the Q Clash. 17 disposals and 6 goals. But he got pimped by Jared Lyons, and he only got 2.
Unlucky. I know exactly how he'll be feeling. You know, I think I kicked 8 goals one game against Essendon. I know I kicked 8 goals against Essendon, and I got the 2 votes. It was an awesome winner in C. Judd. He took the 3 votes. He killed it that night. But yeah, you know, if you kick a lot of goals, don't expect to get the 3 votes.
All right, our social superstar, the Coles AFL Fan Awards. Do you want to be honest?
So the Coles AFL Fan Awards, the social superstar goes to... This one's one of my favourites. The Rob vlog in Mitch Robinson. Congratulations, Mitch.
Hey guys, it's Robert here. Let's put it pretty close to the pin, so... Let's go, Ricky.
You cut the angle on me!
Oh, man. So sorry. G'day AFL fans, Mitch Robinson here. As you can tell, I've probably lost my voice from celebrating the great career. I also want to give a shout out to everybody who's voted for me for the AFL Social Superstar Award. It means a lot. I've obviously put a lot of effort into the Rob vlogs and giving back to the fans and stuff this year, so hopefully get the job done. If not, I really appreciate our support. Let's go, Robbo. Rob vlogs out.
That is Mitch Robinson. Congratulations. You played with him, of course, for 5 seasons at Carlton. He's one of your best mates. Take us into the mind of Mitch Robinson.
I don't think I can, to be honest. Their minds is pretty crazy, but no, he's a fantastic person, Robbo. You know, unbelievable footballer. You know, sad to see him retire the way he did, in the sense, you know, knowing he didn't play his last game, he didn't really get the send off that he deserved, but absolutely talent. He loves his social media.
Yep.
He does. He's got the Rob vlog, and everyone loves the Rob vlog up there. And you know, yeah, he's just an unbelievable person.
All right, we'll get to some of the more inspirational stories in the next Coles AFL Fan Awards. It's the moment of the year. We'll start with Sam Doherty, who inspired on his return from testicular cancer in round 1. Kicked that awesome goal.
That was unbelievable. I watched that live, and you know, the emotion, especially with that football club and all his teammates to get around him, was super. Buddy's
1,000th goal at the SCG. It was a long time coming. He needed 4 against the Cats to do it, and he kicked all 4.
Yeah, I was here at this game. I was on the bench. I didn't run on because I was going to, but there were too many people there. But unbelievable moment from Buddy.
Got Josh Kennedy's last game, a terrific career for Carlton West Coast. Kicked 8 in his final game.
8 goals in the final game. That's going to be the most, I reckon, or one of the most, but it's super. Great talent, Josh Kennedy.
And Ben Cunnington, a reoccurrence of testicular cancer, he came back from that, an emotional comeback in round 2022.
Yeah, I watched this one live and it was very emotional from the start, watching him, come through the banner with his kids with tears in his eyes. Was a very special moment for Ben Cunnington and his family.
It's funny you mentioned Josh Kennedy and whether or not 8 was the most kicked in the last game. Fred Fanning in AFL VFL history actually kicked 18, but Josh Kennedy's 8 goals was the second most.
Really? 8? They must have fed him that day. But that was unbelievable. For Josh to come out and kick 8 goals in his last game at home at a packed West Coast stadium, it was unbelievable. And I played footy with Josh at Carlton Football Club. He was an unbelievable talent. Wish Carlton would have kept him. Yeah. That would have been awesome. But amazing career over there at the West, and hopefully he enjoys his retirement.
Of course, he was part of that mega trade with Chris Judd back in the
Dennis Armfield was thrown in there because Dennis Armfield was part of that trade, and he always said it was part of the Josh Kennedy and Chris Judd trade.
All right, Eddie, the moment of the year.
Yes, so the Coles AFL Fans Award moment of the year goes to... Can't go past this guy. Buddy Franklin, 1,000th goal.
Numbers fall to the ball here. Warner surely he looks for number 23, got him on short, and he's got it back. 999 goals, Buddy Franklin. The legend becomes immortal.
Hey guys, thanks for everyone that voted. It really was a special night and something that I'll never forget. Really looking forward to this weekend. Can't wait to get down to Melbourne. Hopefully get a really good win. Cheers, guys.
Buddy Franklin there. Now, Eddie, you mentioned you're on the bench as an assistant coach of Geelong. What was the moment like, and how tempted were you to run onto the field?
It was a weird build-up coming up to it, because you knew that there was a chance that Buddy could kick his 1,000th goal, and the protocols that we had to go through, finding the nearest exit, knowing that all these supporters are going to run on the field, and it then eventually did, and it was a weird thing because I got up and I stood next to Quinton Narkle, who was on the bench as well, and I was like, let's do it. Let's run on the Buddy's a brother. Let's run on the field, and he did. I had a GoPro, and I was actually filming on the bench, and when he did kick it, I ran on halfway, but then I just kept getting hit from people from behind, so I was like, nah, I'm not running on. So I just stood there on the bench, but it was an unbelievable moment. Even though coaching at Geelong now as a development coach, that moment playing against Buddy was really exciting and one of the best moments of this year so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, from there we'll head to our Game of the Year nominees. Geelong Freo, one that you probably want to forget. The Dockers getting up.
Yeah, they played really well against us down there and got the win, the first loss down at GMHB Stadium.
It was an awesome win from Freo, signalled their intent this year. Sydney against Richmond, a Friday night classic. Chad Warner nearly gave the game away when he kicked it over the line.
A bit of mixed feelings because we didn't know what was going on. The umpire was trying to read in the air, is it 50, is it not? That was fine thing in that moment.
Geelong against Richmond, one that your team did eventually get over the line. Jack Henry kicking the match-winning goal.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was unbelievable. We were pretty calm in the box that night, and an awesome game at the G to get up over Richmond was a good win.
And Carlton, Collingwood, round 23. Collingwood had top 4 on the line. Carlton had top 8 on the line. Pies got over the line.
Yep, Carlton fans look away now, but that was an unbelievable game. I did this game live, and it was a pretty sad moment for the Carlton supporters.
It certainly was. Now, Eddie, these are only for the home and away season, but there's been some pretty special finals matches. If you had to pick a game of the year from the finals only, what would it be?
Yeah, the first week of finals were unbelievable. Yeah. They were so close. It was great to watch, and that's how you want to play footy. That's what fans come to watch. And and if I had to pick one, it would be the Geelong Collingwood one, where the game was up and down, and I think Maxi Holmes kicked that last goal to get us over the line at the end. So if I had to pick one, it'd be that one.
And Gary Rowett, of course, with that heroic mark in the pack, and then he set up the winner.
He missed the chest mark, and I was like, almost tripped over his own feet. Gary Rowett, I was like, pick up the ball, Gazza. Picked it up, give the hand pass to Max Home, and we won the game. And saying that, it'll be the Gary Warren Cup this week.
It will be. Geelong against Sydney, his two sides. Eddie, the Coles AFL Fan Awards Game of the Year.
The Coles AFL Fans Awards Game of the Year goes to, just who I thought, Carlton v Collingwood.
Carlton 8th, Collingwood 6th. We're ready to go. Curnow backs up, loves to kick while on the lead. It's going through, it's there.
Mackay in good marking shape. Motlop ground level. Got his second in the
put yourself in Collingwood's shoes there. You make top
Do
four.
I have to put myself in the Collingwood shoes?
You make top four and you knock your biggest rivals out of the top 8 in one go.
Well, those two are the biggest rivals in the AFL, even that supporter base. And Carlton, there was a lot on the line. Carlton had to play to win that game to make finals. Collingwood had to win it to knock Carlton out of the finals and make top 4. Yep. And they did that. Carlton only needed 1 point. 1 point of a percent to make finals. And yeah, I watched that game live and it was really hard to watch. And but yeah, they made top 4. They beat Carlton and Carlton fans will not forget that.
Yeah.
The Collingwood supporters are just getting stuck into it. But I think they've got one better. On Sunday night, the Carlton fans got one back on the Collingwood fans with Patrick Kipps taking home the 2022 Brownlow medal, which was pretty exciting for the Carlton fans. So you can hold your head up high, Carlton fans.
And he polled 3 votes in that game as well, which...
he polled 3 votes. He shouldn't even be playing, as the Collingwood supporters will say, but he got the 3 votes.
He certainly did. All right, Eddie, we'll get to our match-winning moment now. How's this from Heath Chapman? Round 1, the spoil to keep it from being a point and kept the Dockers alive.
That was unbelievable. And they won by a point, didn't they, that
Yes,
game?
they
I think
did.
it was. So that was a great moment. Siren went just after that too. So unbelievable.
A great heads-up play from Heath Chapman. Jordan Dawson in your pocket after the siren.
They shouldn't be doing this down there in those pockets, but it wasn't even his kick though. Lockie Murphy got the free kick. Jordan Dawson come back from halfback, but what a great kick. You know, after the siren, the kick, I thought it was going to miss, but to come back and finish it through.
Noah Anderson wins it after the siren again against Richmond.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Richmond, but that great kick, you know, Gold Coast have done that twice. Come up with Hunt first, Noah Anderson second, so great moment.
And Jamie Elliott after the siren against Essendon. Geez, he loves beating his old rivals, doesn't he?
He does. That was an unbelievable. I watched that one live too, but to mark that ball with 2v1 and to go back and not be fazed by the siren, because the siren went about a second before he kicked it and didn't look like missing, straight through the middle.
Now, you've retired, so you're no longer the biggest match winner in the comp, but who's taken your mantle, do you reckon?
To be the biggest match winner, Jamie Elliott's up there, but to have someone, if I had to pick someone to have on my side, it'll be Shea Bolton.
Okay.
Shea Bolton, stuff that he could do as not including those. Jamie Elliott would be one, including those 4 match winners, but Shea Bolton would be the one who could go into midfield, win games from the midfield, win games from the forward line. Just a freakish talent.
He might take Marquand Goal of the Year in the same year, won't you?
He will. Next year, Shea Bolton, I guarantee he'll kick Marquand Goal of the Year.
Do you want to get to our match-winning moment winner?
Yes, so the Coles AFL Fans Award match-winning moment goes to... I better keep this one close to my chest because it's the match winner. Who do you reckon?
Has to be Jamie Elliott.
I'll say Jamie Elliott.
Ball's going to go. Charges off half-back. Bianco's out. Thumps a long one. Elliott takes the mark to win the game for Collingwood. There's the siren. Arms in the air. That has gone through. Jamie Elliott has won the game of footy for this famous club.
It was an incredible game as well because the Pies led by 37, I think. Then the Bombers surged in front. And then Collingwood came back again and won it late. Yeah,
well, I was at Fox 40 calling this game, and it was crazy doing it live, watching Jay. And that was the only place where he could have kicked it was that position.
Yeah.
Jamie Elliott, 2v1, marking that football. Like, it was crazy, and to put it through the middle like that, it was unbelievable to beat the Bombers. He just keeps beating all
he's done it a few times.
Rivalries. So
they won about 20 games in a row by a point as well, didn't they?
They did. So we'll call Jamie Elliott Mr. Iceman. That's your new nickname, Jamie, Mr. Iceman.
All right, we'll get to our final award of the Coles AFL Fan Awards. It's the Recruit of the Year, Tyson Stengel.
Mr. Stingles.
You brought him down to Geelong and he's been brilliant for the Cats this year.
He's been unbelievable, Tyce.
He's kicked plenty of goals. Only 10 players have kicked more goals than him this year. Paddy McCartan, another inspirational story. Had his concussion issues, obviously, at St Kilda, but he's playing in a grand final against us.
Unbelievable story, you know, with that concussion protocol, coming back and playing now for the Sydney Swans with his brother, to play in a grand final is unbelievable.
George Hewitt, who of course came to Carlton as a free agent from Sydney and provided a bigger body in that midfield.
It did, and it helped, you know, the likes of Sam Welsh and Patrick Cripps in that midfield with him coming there, and, you know, they're only going to get better.
They certainly will. And Will Brodie, of course, who only played 25 games for Gold Coast and then moves to Freo and plays 24 in a single season.
Well, it shows, you know, with a fresh start, coming to a new club, new position, that you could blossom, you know, wherever you go. And it showed, you know, 25 games all up.
Yep.
in 5 years, and then playing 24 this year. So awesome.
He's been great for the Dockers. Eddie, our final award.
So the Coles AFL Fans Award Recruit of the Year. It'll go to none other than my favourite little son, Tyson Stengel.
Doesn't quite get the purchase he's after. They're under all sorts of pressure. It'll be another one here for the Cats. And it was Tyson Stengel this time.
Stengel sits at the back, close in this as well. Stengel over the top. Puts a little handball over the top to John. Got to be quick. Stengel runs him down.
Stengel's going to join the party here. Another one for the Cats. Wayno, look out! Mown down by Stengel.
So Tyson Stengel wins the Recruit of the Year. Congratulations to Tyson. I spoke to him earlier this week and he said he only wanted to play for Geelong because you were there. Talk to us through your relationship with Tyson.
Well, yeah, it was interesting because I'll speak a bit about that little incident at the moment coming down to Geelong, is that I was just signed as a development coach and Tyson wasn't signed with them just yet. And we spoke about Tyson down there and got on a Zoom call with Lloydie, with Scotty and Tyson. We ended up convincing him to come down to Geelong, which was a good story. But yeah, he's unbelievable talent, Tyson. You know, his story, which he will tell someday, but it's a tough upbringing, and for him to break through all the barriers that he's faced during his life is unbelievable. And to play, like we said, I said it to him already, you created history, AFL history, where you're the first listed free agent to make it to All Australian the year after. You know, played at Woodville West Torrens when he got dropped by the Adelaide Crows. Won a premiership last year with them, so he could go back-to-back premierships with playing in the grand final this year. But, you know, we just gave him, you know, I guess that support off-field.
Yep.
And, you know, we knew that he could blossom on-field, and he's a great talent. He's 23, and so we said to him they got 10 years ahead of him down at Geelong. So looking forward to this week, and I told him, get all your tickets out the way now, Tyson, because it'll stress you out. Make sure you get the tickets out the way and enjoy the week. But good luck this weekend.
He's the type of player that could end up with a Norm Smith this weekend as well. Talk to us about your role in the grand final. Where are you going to be? On the bench, in the coach's box? What are you going to be doing?
Well, halfway during the year, I was on the bench and I really enjoyed that. It was helping the boys come off, trying to keep them staying calm. But I enjoyed that, but I wasn't calm myself because I was up and excited. And I mean, when I went up in the box halfway during the year, and you know, it was more calm and collective up there, and you could see the game as a bird's eye view. You got your laptop, just you can go back through the vision and just watching the small forwards and the high forwards, their leading patterns, getting up the ground, getting back, and doing all that stuff. So I'm really enjoying that, and hopefully it'll go well this week.
Hopefully it does. A few thank yous. Firstly, thank you to yourself for being part of this. Thank you to the thousands of fans who voted on the Coles AFL Fan Awards. Thank you to Coles for their continued support in AFL and AFLW. Don't forget, there are plenty of prizes to be won. 2023 AFL Silver membership and $500 worth of Coles gift cards. Eddie, as we've said, good luck on Saturday for the big one. And I'll hopefully see you next year as well.
We'll do. On the same day next year.
Same day next year. Hopefully we're in a grand final again as well.
We'll
see you then.